healthcare to all people. How do we make colleges and universities, public colleges and universities, tuition-free? A lot of enormous issues. We need your input. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing house party organizing events all over this country. I think we'll be in 50 states. I hope you'll come out and participate. We can win this thing because we have the capability of putting together the strongest grassroots movement in the modern history of this country. So let's hold our heads high, let's go forward, and let's work together, not just to elect Bernie Sanders, but to transform America. Thank you all very much.
All right. How are we doing out there? All right. You guys are beautiful. I love the Bernie crowd. Give yourselves a big hand for coming out tonight. And thanks so much to the Oriental Theater for having us. My name is Bernie Sanders. Oh, no. I'm Zach Cattarelli. I'm a volunteer with Colorado for Bernie. But I'm really just a person, like any of you, who wants to put their time and their effort and their talents into a movement that we truly believe in. Now, I hail from the great state of Vermont, so I've had the honor of casting 2 votes for Bernie Sanders in 2 elections, and let me tell you, those were the only 2 votes I've ever cast in my life that were votes of confidence. Confidence for a candidate that I truly believed in, a candidate that I knew was going to spend all his time and effort fighting for ordinary working Americans, and I wasn't just casting a vote for the lesser of 2 evils. So as a longtime supporter of Bernie, when he announced his bid for president, I was ecstatic. But I do have to admit, that excitement did have a streak of pessimism to it. I found myself saying things like, well, he's got my vote, but he can't win. And I found myself saying things like, I'd love to see him debate, but he's a long shot. And how about this one? He's going to push Hillary to the left. Yeah, I might have said it at one point. I might have. But then, as his message started getting out there, I saw others who really shared my excitement. Then, when I saw almost 6,000 people show up in Denver to support Bernie Sanders, my tune started to change. Then 8,000 people came out in Dallas, in a red state, to support Bernie's message. 10,000 in Wisconsin, 15,000 in Seattle, 28,000 people came out in Portland, Oregon to support Bernie Sanders and his message of income inequality. So now I'm thinking, okay, I think maybe Bernie can win. And then I hear my friends talking more about Bernie. I see his message resonating with ordinary Americans. And I see Democrats and independents and even Republicans coming together behind Bernie's message. And I'm thinking, okay, he's got a damn good shot. And then, when I got involved locally, when I see 300 people come out on a Tuesday night in Denver to support Bernie, when I joined the political revolution, I changed my tune. I'm no longer saying, I think Bernie can win, because now I know that Bernie is going to win in Colorado. I know that Bernie is going to be the Democratic nominee, and I know that Bernie Sanders is going to be the next president of the United States of America. And it's thanks to people like you getting together. It's all grassroots, and you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. So I'd like to introduce a guy who's been very inspiring to me, a guy who's been putting in a tremendous amount of effort and time helping us get organized, a guy that I know is going to help lead Colorado to a victory for Bernie Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome T.C. Bell.
Zach, that was awesome. All of you guys are awesome. Thank you for coming out. Look at all these people. Okay, so we need to make this movement viral, like right now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna invite my buddy, his name's Eric Joseph. He runs a Facebook page, a website called Colorado for Bernie. And he's gonna come up here right now. He's gonna take a picture of all these people that came out to a Bernie Sanders rally where Bernie Sanders isn't even there. We're gonna put that on our Colorado for Bernie Facebook page. We need all of you guys to like that page. And then when you see that picture, tag yourself in it. So all your friends start to see that picture on their news feeds. Because we need the movement to be the cool table. Because we're all cool, right? And everyone wants to sit at the cool table. So start putting it up on your Facebook and let everyone know that you're already at the cool table. So Eric, come on up here. He's gonna introduce himself and he's gonna take your picture. And then we're gonna get it moving for tonight.
Hi, my name is Eric Joseph, and I'm a volunteer at Colorado for Bernie. And I just want to thank you guys for all coming out. This is pretty amazing. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this picture now. Like TC Bell said, go ahead, find us, go to coloradoforbernie.com. We have the Facebook page there. You can connect with us. Go there, tag yourself, and what that's going to allow us to do is it's going to show up in your news feed. And your friends are going to see that you were at this event, and then it's just going to spread through news feeds and spread around. And that's what we need here in Colorado. We need the most amount of awareness we can get for Bernie Sanders out here, and we're working on that. And we couldn't do all this without everybody here. So we want to thank you guys for coming out.
Take a picture together. I'm gonna take a selfie with all of you guys. Oh, turn the lights up a little bit if you can, guys, just so we can get a better picture. If not, we might not be able to. And you guys feel free to take pictures out there too. We need everyone taking pictures, posting this stuff to their Facebook, their Twitter, everything. Tag it with Bernie Sanders 2016. My favorite tag is hashtag Feel the Burn. So tag it with that one, Feel the Burn. And I swear, hundreds of thousands of people will see that one. All right, thank you guys so much. So like I said, find all these pictures on our Facebook page, Colorado for Bernie. It's not too hard. Don't do it right now, because you got to focus on my message. All right, look at this, look at this. This right here is what democracy looks like. This right here in front of you. People from all over, all different walks of life, all different backgrounds, coming together over common goals, putting aside some differences, and organizing to make the world a better place. That's what America is all about. So give yourselves a round of applause for even being here tonight. For even caring enough about our country to come out on a Tuesday night, 14 months before a general election. You people are crazy. Crazy people. Well, I'm crazy too, but I'm going to tell you what I'm crazy for. I'm crazy for Bernie Sanders. I am crazy for Bernie Sanders. I love Bernie Sanders. I've been feeling the burn for a little while, but I want to just introduce myself and tell you guys who I am and why you should even be listening to me. Number one, I do not work for the Bernie Sanders campaign. Nobody in the state of Colorado works for the Bernie Sanders campaign. This is a complete grassroots movement. And it looks like, for the time being, it's gonna stay that way for a little while. So everybody, I know there's people out there that are like, we need a field headquarters for Bernie Sanders. We need Bernie Sanders staff employees telling me what to do. Yep, that's gonna come, but it's not coming right now. Because Hillary Clinton has $45 billion in the bank. Bernie Sanders got a nice chunk of change. He had about $15 million in the bank. But that was raised by 400,000 individual donations with an average donation of $31, 25 cents a piece. So that money has to be spent in the most efficient and wise ways possible. That means Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina and Nevada. That doesn't mean Colorado anytime soon. We are lucky enough to live in a Super Tuesday state. Super Tuesday is a very important day in the whole nomination process. So, they're getting ready to move in here. They will be here soon. But until they are here, we, each and every single one of you and myself, have to do all the hard work, and it's hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. We have to do all the hard work ourselves, and we need to organize in an efficient manner. That's why we're holding rallies with as many people as possible at one time, so we can get this message out to all of you guys, so you guys as organizers and activists can take this message back to your neighborhoods, your communities, and you can start effectively organizing for Bernie Sanders at the most grassroots level. That's what this campaign is all about. We don't have someone from headquarters telling us what to do. So we're going to keep on going. And trust me, come March 1st, we're going to win Colorado for Bernie on Super Tuesday. My name is TC Bell. Like I said, I'm a grassroots organizer. Until about, I want to say 12 weeks ago, it was just a couple days after Bernie came to DU. I was a registered Republican. Ooh, that man! Ooh, that man! That's right. I grew up in a very conservative household, and like all of us in this country, we just, go right along with kind of like what we grew up with. And so, when I was in high school, I was a Bushist. That's what I like to call those people. I was young. I wasn't old enough to vote for Bush in 2004, so I didn't vote for Bush in 2004. Thank God. And in 2008, I got really involved with what I like to call an insurgent campaign. That's what Bernie Sanders is running right here. It's an insurgent grassroots campaign. I got involved with this guy, Ron Paul's campaign. And I got involved with him because I really liked his anti-war stance. And I was like, wow, this guy's, committed. Yeah, he's kind of crazy, but wow, look at him. So I got super involved. I was organizing on the campuses, registering people to vote, getting people. There's nothing harder than standing on the Auraria campus for 8 hours a day trying to convince people to register as Republicans. And I did it for like 5 weeks straight, every single day. So I know how the caucus system works because we were devoted to the caucus process in 2008 for Ron Paul. The Republicans have different rules for their caucus than the Democrats do. So you guys are all super lucky that you're Democrats and you're participating in their caucus, because the Republicans have set up their rules so that no insurgent campaign like Ron Paul's can ever be successful without years and years and years and years of organizing. Okay, so because they set it up that way, that creates what I call burnout. People that are super active like I was, but then all these barriers get thrown up in your way, you see how the party politics really work, and you give up. And that's exactly what they want you to do. Give up. Stop. And so I stopped. I didn't vote in 2008 in the general election. In 2012, by that time I was such a hardcore libertarian. I was one of these hardcore libertarians that basically Charles and David Koch are, where they don't believe in any form of government whatsoever. They think everything should be privatized and owned by giant corporations. Yeah, that's a lovely future for your children. I got disenchanted with everything. I withdrew from politics completely. I didn't participate. I wasn't reading news. I wasn't doing anything. I was doing what millions of Americans in this country are doing today. not caring about politics. And you know who really likes it when millions of Americans don't care about politics? Charles and David Koch, that's exactly right. They love it. They love it because they really care about politics. And they have all this money and they spend all this money to make sure that their economic viewpoint of the world, which like I said, they believe in no government whatsoever. None. Not even police. They think that should be privatized too. And they are dismantling, slowly but surely, the American way of life through the Tea Party. Because the Tea Party is really good at organizing, especially when you have a few billionaires backing you up, giving you all the money that you need in the world. But we all need to take a page out of the Tea Party handbook, because we have to give the Tea Party credit, because right now, they run the legislative branch of the federal government in the United States. Democrats don't. Occupy movement doesn't. The Tea Party movement runs the legislative branch of this country. And if you guys think that if you elect Bernie Sanders as your president and don't change anybody in Congress, that you're gonna get universal health care, that you're gonna get free college tuition for your kids, that you're gonna get Citizens United overturned through a constitutional amendment, if you think we're gonna reform our justice system in any way, shape, or form, it's not gonna happen. Because the Tea Party will make sure that Bernie's presidency is even worse than Obama's last 5 years have been, where they have put the brakes on all functions of the federal government. A smarter man than myself has said it. He was the head of AEI. AEI is the American Enterprise Institute. It's a right-wing think tank. Their former president has said, the current Republican Party is not interested in normal congressional politics. They are led by a radical insurgency. And Bernie Sanders understands that. And that's why Bernie Sanders is out every day, every single night, telling everybody we need a political revolution in this country if we want to see any of that stuff happen. Bernie Sanders, I love him. He has the world's longest campaign slogan. Does anyone know what Bernie Sanders' slogan is? What it says on the back of some of those shirts? It says, join the political revolution today. It does not say, join the political revolution tomorrow. Today. It doesn't say, join the political revolution next week. And it certainly doesn't say, join the political revolution next year. Join the political revolution after Bernie Sanders gets elected president and everybody else did all the hard work for you. It doesn't say that. There's not enough space for that. No, it says, join the political revolution today. And that's very important. And you all, by showing up here, you've taken the first step. Some of you, I'm sure, have taken many more than just one step in joining this political revolution. And I am here to ask you to continue on. Don't just let this be your last step that you take for Bernie Sanders. This has to be the first. Bernie Sanders, in his off time, is a long-distance runner. Not only politically, that man has been running long distance for over 50 years. He has laced up his running shoes, and he is in this for the long haul. So I need each and every one of you to lace up those same running shoes and be in this for the much longer haul than Bernie Sanders is in it for. Because if we want to see real change and we want to bring real hope to the next generation of Americans, we have to continue this political revolution way past the 8 years that we're about to give Bernie Sanders in the White House. Bernie Sanders has been doing this work for over 55 years. We need to be doing this work for over 55 years. I'm talking to all you young people in here like me. I'm 28 years old. Bernie Sanders is 74. Bernie Sanders was up in the University of Chicago, taking over administration buildings, fighting for the rights of poor African Americans that were sitting on the periphery, the University of Chicago campus, back in 1960. Okay? He's been doing this a long time. So all you young people in here, really, you guys got to be in this for the long haul too. The best Bernie Sanders people are the ones that are in their 70s, just like Bernie is. And trust me, there's so many of those out there. And they love what's happening because they see all you young people and they're like, oh my God, this is actually going to happen. What I've been waiting for since the 60s is about to happen. So, those guys have waited a long time. Bernie Sanders has waited a long time to see this happen. So you young people have to be the ones to make it happen. And I'm going to tell you right now, as millennials, we are the biggest voting bloc in this upcoming election. We have all the power. But we are written off and we are laughed at as a group of voters. And I don't blame the people who do write us off and do laugh at us. Because you know how many millennials voted in the 2014 election, which gave the Senate to the Tea Party? 20%. 80% of us stayed at home and watched Facebook. Or were on our Tinder accounts. I don't know, whatever millennials do. But we certainly weren't educating ourselves about the candidates, getting involved in the caucus process to get progressive candidates on the ticket, and then we certainly weren't out knocking doors for said progressive candidates, and we certainly weren't electing them on election day. But that's all going to change starting today, because all of you have joined the political revolution today. So pat yourself on the back. How are we going to do all this? Well, the very first step is participating in the March 1st caucus. This will be every person in this room's first opportunity to vote for Bernie Sanders, and it's the most important vote that you could possibly cast for Bernie Sanders. Way more important than the vote you're going to cast for him in November of 2016. Why is the March 1st caucus vote more important than the November caucus vote, TC? Well, let me tell you, TC. It's because by getting involved in the caucus, you're going to help the party choose the nominee. You are going to be the person that helps select the person that Joe Sixpack doesn't even go to the voting poll to vote for. People always complain about how their votes don't count. I don't vote because my vote doesn't count. If you wait around until November every 4 years, your vote certainly does not count. Because at that point, it's up to the Electoral College. So you're right, your vote doesn't count. But if you participate and you get involved with the parties, your vote counts very much. And so I tell people, when you get involved with the March 1st caucus, your vote is going to be amplified tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold based on the turnout of the caucus. Low turnout, higher amplification of your voice mattering. Higher turnout, that kind of drops. But it's still, your voice matters so much more, especially for all those people who stayed home on March 1st, who didn't even educate themselves about March 1st. So, how do I go to my March 1st caucus? You have, every single person in this room has to be registered as a Democrat by January 1st, 2016. What I'm telling people is just do it before Christmas. Do it right now, because it's really too easy. You type into your Google machine, govotecolorado.com, all one word. Govotecolorado.com. That's going to take you to the Secretary of State's website, and there's going to be a whole page of different stuff that you can do. If you're not even registered to vote right now, you can register to vote online on that website. But you got to register as a Democrat. If you're registered as an unaffiliated, as a Green Party, as an independent, as a Republican, you You have to go to that website today, right? When are we going to do this? Today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, because by next year, it doesn't matter. You're all going to go home tonight, go to govotecolorado.com, and you're all going to become Democrats today, if you're not already. For all the people who are Democrats in the room, who have been Democrats in the room their whole lives, we applaud you, and we can't wait to see you at Caucus on March 1st. So now you're registered as a Democrat. Well, we need all of your friends, all of your family members, every single person that you see walking on the street every single day. We need all those people registered as Democrats too by January 1st. Not some of them, not a portion of them. We need all of them. Everybody that you know has to be registered as a Democrat, because Bernie's campaign of fighting income inequality through a 15-hour minimum wage, giving universal health care to everyone, overturning Citizens United, all of those things are in direct contradiction to the agenda of what Bernie likes to call the billionaire class. I love you, Bernie Sanders. The billionaire class. And he's absolutely right in calling them the billionaire class. Because they know that they're in class, and they know that we are a different class of people. We don't really do too well on understanding that part of the game, but they're really good at understanding it. In fact, they're so good at understanding it that they've been waging a class war against each and every one of you. Every single person walking around on that street outside, everybody in the state of Colorado, everybody on the planet Earth, for about 40 years, you can go back even further, but they've been doing a really successful job of waging this class war against us for the last 40 years. And you know how you can tell they've been doing really well? You go to Bernie's sites and you can look at all the graphs, and you can see the percentage of wealth that that billionaire class, the 0.1%, not the 1%, the 0.1%. These are the people who, over the last 4 years, increased their wealth by $170 billion. 15 people increased their wealth by $170 billion while we were recovering from a recession